The year is 1989. George Bush becomes the 41st president, Nintendo releases the Game Boy, and the Berlin Wall falls. While all this is going on, Nick Park is hard at work on the first Wallace Gromit short, A Grand Day Out. The short features Wallace, a homely guy that doesn't mind the odd adventure, has a passion for cheese, and loves to tinker, a trait inspired by Park's dad, and Gromit, Wallace's pet beagle and best friend. He graduated from Dogwarts University with a double first in engineering for dogs and is handy with electronic equipment. Park started work on the film in 1982 as a graduation project for the National Film and Television School. The short was taking a long time to make and Nick needed to find work. So in 1985, he started work at Aardman Animations, who allowed him to continue working on the film while helping out with other projects. With help from the team at Aardman, the film was eventually completed after 6 years of work. In the short, Wallace and Gromit are trying to decide on a vacation destination when Wallace realizes they're out of cheese, so they decide to go to the moon because
everybody knows the moon's made of cheese.
So they build a rocket and blast off towards the moon. After landing, Wallace tastes the cheese and they do some sightseeing and eventually come across the cooker, a gas cooker on wheels with a coin slot and an antenna. It's asleep when Wallace finds it, but comes to life after it gets some change. We'll talk more about him later. Anyway, the cooker sees the damage Wallace did and starts to clean up after him. For some reason, this reminded me of the scene from SpongeBob where Squidward's in the future and a fish gets out of the van to spray the flour chrome. While cleaning up, the cooker finds a ski magazine and daydreams about traveling to Earth and going skiing. After repairing parts of the moon, the cooker gives Wallace and Gromit a parking ticket and notices an oil leak. He tries to hit Wallace in the head for this, but he runs out of charge at the last second. Wallace takes the baton as a souvenir and gives him some more change, and they head back to the rocket ship to leave. The cooker tries unsuccessfully to board the rocket to Earth and gets left on the moon with 2 pieces of scrap metal which he uses to fashion as his own skis. In the end, the cooker waves goodbye to Wallace and Gromit. Something that really stood out to me while watching this was how such an absurd situation was being experienced by someone so normal. Wallace wouldn't look out of place in a retirement home. He enjoys a cup of tea in the afternoon and really likes cheese. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would build a rocket to go to the moon, yet he's so blasé about the situation like it's as normal as driving to the store. Having a picnic on the moon feels just as normal as afternoon tea. The juxtaposition of the absurd and the ordinary is great in this film. Every frame of this short is so lovingly crafted. The magazines are all unique and interesting, the scenes are full of texture from the carpet to the frost in the fridge, even the fingerprints in the clay itself. Everything feels handmade by someone that genuinely cares about what they're making. This is super refreshing compared to a lot of the low quality animated films that we see today. As you probably noticed by now, A Grand Day Out is a stop motion film. Along with others in the genre like Fantastic Mr. Fox, The Nightmare Before Christmas, and Coraline, the animators had to pose the models every frame. But it's easy to forget this when you're watching the film. Everything's so fluid like they were directing little plasticine actors, not hand animating every frame. And something amazing about this film is its visual storytelling. Out of the 3 characters in the film, Wallace is the only one that talks. The other 2 characters express their emotions purely through animation. Let's start with Gromit. He's one of the most expressive animated characters without ever saying a word. His feelings and personality are conveyed through his facial expressions and body language. His silence makes him the perfect straight man, and his expressiveness is Keaton-esque. But I think the real star of the show is the cooker. It has no recognizable human features outside of its 2 human-like arms, which outside of its movement make up all of its expression. Gromit can express a lot with just body language, but it's a lot harder to create expression with only arms. But Park manages to pull it off beautifully. We know the cooker's feelings towards Wallace and Gromit. We know its goals, we know when it's upset, we know when it's defeated, we know when it's excited. This is the most expressive character in the film, and all it has is its arms. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I wish there was more for me to pick apart, but the film was pretty short, sweet, and to the point. If you guys have any suggestions for future videos, let me know down in the comment section. Also, any sort of feedback or criticism would help make future videos even better, so leave them down below. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.
When we are dancing and you're dangerous.